Shalom. Alright, first and foremost, before I get started, I want to give all honor and glory and power to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Dash. I want to say double honors to our elders, our great apostles, our great millstone, GMS, who rule well and teach well, being good example to Israel. Alright, mind the elect. I want to say peace and blessings. Alright, to the hope of the elect on the four corner, pushing the truth and sincerity. Alright, the great song that your brother buy. I'll just come with a little quick lesson. Now, as you can see, alright, on the screen, alright, a Edomite woman. No such thing as a white person. Alright, it's a color going to the color construct, alright, of this devil, to try to hide from his identity in the Bible, which they known as the biblical Edomites. Alright, Edom, Idumea. Alright, we got to get back into calling it how it is and what it is. Truth over tradition. Because that word white is a tradition word. Alright, goes back to, I think, the late 1600s. I'm not mistaken, around about that time. Alright, but here it is. Alright, a white woman, alright, who called a black child a racist slur. And that racist slur is she called him a nigga. Now, when you look into the world today, they try to paint this picture as in racism don't exist anymore. Alright, but racism come with the territory. Alright, it come with being in authority, being in a position over, alright, another nation. Just call it what it is. Alright? And it still exists because that's something that the Lord had put in the earth dealing with Esau and Jacob. Now, check this out. It says, a woman who called a black child a racist slur raised over $600,000 in donation for herself. $600,000. Now, that's a precept that link up to that said, hold himself not guilty. Now, how the fuck she raised $600,000 for herself when she the one, alright, if you want to put it in the world terms, in the wrong? Now, if you read down, it said a white woman who was videotaped hurling racial slurs at a black child. It's a child at that. Where her manners at? Here that she a grown woman, but she talking and cussing a little child out. Show you the hatred. That's why, can't wait till the Lord, alright, bring the transition of power to play, man. Alright, because we're going to really be able to, alright, spread our wings, if you know what I mean. Alright, but it says a white woman who was videotaped hurling racial slurs to a black child in Minnesota have allegedly raised over $600,000. And you can't, who helped raise this money? All Edomites. Alright, all Edomites. I mean, they join a hand, and guess what? They're in agreement of this white woman, alright, calling this child a nigga. And guess how old the child is? It says, Shola Hendrick calling a 5-year-old child the N-word while on a playground in Rochester. The child is 5 years old. Brother can understand anything at 5. And here it is, you got this white woman, this Edomite, alright, calling this child a nigga. Come on, man. Well, let me get that hold themselves not guilty. That's wild. This is Zechariah 11:5. It said, "Who possesses, slay them." All right, who possesses? Who been possessed? All right, you so-called Negroes, Latino, Native American, Hispanics, man, slay them. All right, and we been enslaved daily. Whether the physical, mental, verbally. All right, because this is something that we go through and been going through, for decades, for centuries. It says, and hold themselves not guilty. All right? So here it is in this matter, she trying to hold herself not guilty. And then you got other Edomites in the greens because this bitch done raised $600,000. And it says, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord Yahweh, found rich, and their own shepherd pitied them not. All right? These are the Edomites. Well, you ask yourself, why do white people hate us? That's something that we all wanted to know growing up in the world. Going to school, seeing, certain movies, going to our history, going to slavery. And we always wanted to know that question. But the question's in the scriptures. Genesis 3:15. All right, because it all goes down to who? To the birthright. Now this is Genesis 3:15. It says, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed of her seed and her seed, and it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise the heel. And you go into the enmity because they were speaking about the serpent. All right, when you go into 14, it's saying the Lord Yahweh power said to the serpent. All right, and that serpent ties into a nation. All right, a lineage, which goes to who? The so-called white people, man. All right, you want to talk about a fucking snake. All right, and it says, because thou have done this, that thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast in the field, and above the belly shalt thou go, and the dust, and shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. All right, but now going again to 15. And I will put enmity between thee and the seed. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman. And that woman is speaking about Israel. All right. At the time, it was going into Eve, but spiritually, symbolically, speaking about the nation of Israel. All right. And this serpent, like I say, goes to who? The Esau Edom. All right. And enmity is going to what? To hatred. All right. And it says, thy seed and her seed. You see that? A seed. All right? Esau, Edom, the Edomites, the so-called white people today, that's the seed of the serpent. All right? And her seed is speaking about what? The nation of Israel. The Lord said he's going to put hatred between the two. All right? Did it not play out? This is Genesis 3. So you want to know when it played out. It played out, all right. First, Cain and Abel, all right, and then it came back to who? Esau and Jacob. And now what you have in this society in this time, you got what? So-called black people. You got so-called what? White people. All right. And when you look at it, you just sit back, all right, take your glasses off. All right, and see. All right, and you be like, damn, you right. Because this whole up and down situation, if you want to say it like that, this whole up and down situation is only dealing with Esau and Jacob. The other nation is like a movie. It's just the actress in the movie. All right, they the what you call that? Damn. The extras, all right? They the extras in the movie because this movie is about Esau and Jacob. And I got one more. This shit crazy though, but this will show you that it's still alive, all right? Racism still alive. Racism still exists, even though you got interracial couples, all right? But when you put it in full effect, racism still exists, man. It come with the territory, it come with the power. All right, and that's the same way it's gonna be when we come in power, man. All right, when these devils become at a lower state, the other nations come to a lower state. It's gonna be that. But once again, this white woman raised $600,000 off calling a black child like that, a black child. And guess what? You ain't hear about this in the news. You don't see niggas protesting, march down the street. You don't see nobody trying to, go find where she at. Alright? When these things start to really, take toll, alright, and guess what? It's gonna pop, man. But this is Obadiah. I'm gonna end it with this. This is Obadiah 1:10. It said, "For the violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever," man. Alright? We coming to a time, alright, that it's gonna be a transition of power. Alright, when that time comes, it's the ball game. Because what these devils have done unto us and continue to do, guess what? It's going to be done unto them. That cup shall also pass unto thee. Alright? So, Lord willing, y'all brothers to edify. Next time, Shalom. Abba, Baraka, may the Lord team bless y'all morning.